Welcome you all students. I come up with a question from projection of solid. Draw the projection of a cylinder, base 30 mm diameter and axis 40 mm long, resting with a point of its base circle on VP such that the axis is making an angle of 30 degree with VP and parallel to HP. Okay, parallel to HP. So this is the given question for us. From this we are going to draw the final front view and final top view. Okay, so what is the object given? What is the object given? Object is a cylinder. What about the diameter? It's 30 mm. Okay, and axis height is given, height of the cylinder or axis height is given, which is 40 mm, right. And then resting with a point of its base circle on VP. Okay, it is resting of the object is making with a base point on VP, right. What about the axis? Such that the axis making an angle of 30 degrees. So axis inclination is given as 30 degree to VP, okay, and parallel to HP. For this we are going to draw the projections of final front view and final top view. First let me see how it is positioned. Okay, as per the question concern, it is given axis inclined to VP. Okay, if it is inclined to VP or HP, definitely we need to undergo two stages, right? Two stages. One is a simple position and next one is the axis inclination. So this is VP and this is height B, HP. So first it is a simple position. Okay, and the second one is a axis inclination or special condition we need to show here. Okay, so here the axis is inclined to VP. So for example, you consider this is a vertical plane and this is a horizontal plane. The ground is a horizontal plane. If it is exact, I can say this is how the object is positioned. The axis of the cylinder, axis in the sense imaginary line passing through the top base and bottom base. So something like this. So it is making inclination with VP and parallel with HP. So this is the exact condition. We are familiar, we cannot go with it. So as per this change of position method, we need to take this simple position. Simple position, what it say? If it is inclined to VP, we have to keep just perpendicular to VP. That's the thing. Since it is inclined to VP, we're going to take just perpendicular to VP. So from the front view, we could able to see the true shape, and from the top view, we could see the rectangular face, right? Just like a rectangular face, this surface can be seen from the top. Okay, so in the front view the true shape is seen. So what we have to do is we have to begin the object from the front view. So front view in the sense it's VP. If it is inclined to VP, the projection will be on the VP plane. So something like this. I am going to draw the circle. First I am going to draw the circle in the front view. Since the true shape is seen in the front view, I am going to draw the circle, and the circle is with the diameter 30. So in order to draw the circle, you have to take the radius as 15 mm and keep the point and go for a circle. Afterwards, in order to take the projections of top view and final front view and final top view, we need to divide this circle into 8 equal parts. For that, go for a vertical line passing through the center, and then take a horizontal line passing through the center, so that you could able to divide the parts into 4. Okay, So 4 is recommended. If you are willing to divide it into 8 equal parts, it's very good. You will get a very good shapes, right? Fine. So here I have divided it into 4 equal parts. So it's a cylinder. Cylinder in the sense it has 2 bases, top base and bottom base when you are keeping like this. So top base I am going to name as A, B, C and D. Bottom base I am going to give P, Q, R and S. So here A, B, it's a front view, A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash. Bottom base which is behind the top base. So P dash, Q dash, R dash and S dash, just like this. It's our view. It should be a dark one. True shape is the view, so make us a dark one. Okay, make us a dark one. Next, the top view. How will you get it? By taking the projector from the points on the circumference of the circle, something like this. The axis height is given as 40 mm. Axis height is a 40. Okay. So see, this is a center. So axis of the solid is coming. So here. So take the measurement of 40 in your compass. Go and cut it. Okay. Now I got the marking. So with the help of it, go for a line, so that you will able to identify the top view boundary. Always whenever you are looking the object, definitely the boundary will be visible. That means left extreme, top, then right extreme and the bottom extreme. Definitely the extreme will be a dark one, okay, visible one. So don't want any confusion, go for a dark line for the boundary. Like this. Go for a dark line and then give the namings. For the top base A, B, C and D. Now we are marking the top base. So A, then C and D will be visible in the top base. Bottom base P, R and S will be visible. So you are looking from here, and the top base A, D, C will be visible. A, D and C will be visible. B is invisible, just lying behind D. B is invisible, lying behind D. And then P, S and R is visible. P, S and R is visible, which is invisible. Q is invisible, taken inside the bracket nearby S. Okay. Simple position got over. Simple position got over. Next, we shall move to the second axis inclination. How it is given? Axis is inclined 30 degree to VP, right? 30 degree to VP. Now check with respect to VP, how it is being kept. The axis is kept perpendicular to VP, right? It is making 90 degree with VP. So what we have to do is, see here this is not edges, the generator line which is just having parallel with for this axis. Okay, this generator line is just having parallel with the axis. So with the knowledge, I am going to tilt first the generator line, and automatically this axis will be inclined. Okay, so the object is like this, object is like this. I am going to tilt the object something like this. In order to tilt it, I am going to tilt the generator line first. Okay, this is how the object is. I am going to tilt the object something like this. So for that, at anywhere on the XY line, by keeping your protractor, measure 30 degree, measure 30 degree, something like this, you will get the things. Okay, and so this generator line R and S, C, we have transferred it. So this is the point R, since one of the point on the circumference is resting, I am going to take this R on the XY line. Okay, and then we are going to form the same shape in the tilted manner. So we know all the adjacent sides, since it is a rectangular, all the adjacent sides are with 90 degree. Okay, so with the knowledge I'm going to take this is 30 degree, I'm going to take 90 degree line like this. Same here, I'm going to take the 90 degree line. Okay, now from O to P, measure it in your compass, just have a cut mark. C to A, measure it in your compass, just have a cut mark. You will get here. Okay, this is a P and this is a A. So boundary we have constructed. Okay, boundary we have constructed. Then what about this S and Q? For that, take the measurement from the R, transfer it, so that here you will get S, right? S, this is a S1, Q1, this is a P1, this is a A1. If you draw or if you take the measurement from the C to D, what is the measurement? Transfer it, have a cut mark, this would be D1 and B1. Okay, connect it, you will get the what? The line S to D. Fine, almost everything we have captured in the inclined manner. So go for a dark line as it is in the previous view. The same image but in the inclined manner we have constructed, right? So we have to take the same measurement and we have to take the same manner we have to take it. Okay, this is C1, and then go for the front view. It's simple. Now to take the projectors. Okay, it should be what? 90 degree. Okay, take the projector, it should be a vertical line. Get the good vertical line. So it comes like this. Okay, so this is the axis. So we must note as a long line dot. Okay, fine. And then from the previous stage, take the horizontal projector from each and every points on the circumference of the circle. Take like this. Now do the mapping works. So here is the horizontal A and here is the vertical A. So this would be A1. So here is B1. Here is the C1 is meeting, and here is a D1. The horizontal and the vertical line meeting as D1. So here is the horizontal and here is the vertical. So this would be the P1. Here is the Q2, Q horizontal and Q vertical. So this would be Q1 dash. These are the dash mark. These are the front view. So it must carry dash mark. And here is the R horizontal and here is the R vertical. So this would be R1 dash. So here is the S1 dash. Now we are going to the final stage. So in order to obtain the shape of the object, just remember this is a top base and here it is a bottom base. As far as this cylinder is concerned, it has top base, bottom base, and these are the generator. There is no edges. Okay, there is no edges. Top base, bottom base, and generators. So top base, first of all, concentrate on the top base. Top base. Okay, top base in the sense it's a connection between A, B, C, D. A, B, C, and D. Bottom base. It's a connection between P, Q, R, and S. Right? And then, okay, let it be. Top base and bottom base. Always whenever the object is inclined to any of the plane, now it is inclined to VP, definitely either from the top view or either from the front view, definitely you could be able to see the boundary of the object. That means top extreme line, bottom extreme line, then topmost and bottommost will be a visible one. So without having any confusion, what we can do is, first step, we can make the boundary close. Okay, first step, take the boundary close. So boundary in the sense, topmost line, dark line, bottommost line, it's a generator line, make it dark line, and this consists is a bottom base and this consists is a top base. It's a circular object, circular. Okay, so what we have to do is, we have to connect it with the free hand. So D to C, it's a boundary, and C to B as well, it's a boundary. I'm connecting with a free hand, it's like curve, and from the S to P there is a connection in the boundary, and P to A there is a connection. With a free hand I have connected. Now almost everything we have completed. It's a cylinder which is inclined something like this. Your observation is now doing for the front view, right? Final front view. So when you are looking from the front view, definitely since it is inclined, the top base will be visible to you. The top base will be visible, but it will be a skewed manner. Okay, anyhow the top base, all the points on the circumference will be visible. So what I gonna do is, I going to connect A to B and A to D. So this top base is over. I'm going to connect A to B and as well D to A. It's a base, so I'm connecting with a free hand. Then come to the bottom base. Bottom base, see, already in the boundary P, Q and P, S, we have what connected. Remaining is Q to R and R to S. These two points we must connect. Okay. So see, it is in such condition, when you are looking from the front, definitely the partially the above axis, if it is axis point, the above the axis definitely you could see from the front, and the portion which is behind the axis, I can say in the front view it won't be visible. This region won't be visible to you. That means the region S, R and Q, S, R and Q will be invisible, which is lying behind the things. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, it's a curve since it is a cylinder, but I'm going to connect it with a dash line. Okay, and here there is no longer edges, only it is bounded by the generators. Okay, no need to consider the longer edges. It is a generator. So there is no intermediate line between the top base and bottom base. Only top base should be visible, dark line, and bottom base partially a dark line, and then the outermost bottom extreme and top extreme. How to make a dark line? There is no edges, so no need to connect P and A, R and C, something like that. Okay. So this is how we have to prepare the final front view and final top view when you are coming with such conditions. Okay. And then the measurement. So here the circle measurement diameter 30, it is been given. So for that you have to take the leader line, something like this. Okay, leader line. Okay, I'm going to mark the diameter. So take full diameter, just mark with the filled arrows at the ends, something like this, and write above the leader line as pi 30. Okay, and then the height of the axis is given. For that, take the line something like this and right above the line, which is 40. Okay, 40. Take as 40. Then the inclination of axis, that must be shown in the axis. For that, from the axis extend the line and intersect with the axis, XY line, and write 30 degree. Okay. Then take the note. Here all the dimensions we have taken in mm. So write all dimensions. dimensions or in mm. Okay, and as well you can write about the scale here. The scale consider is 1:1 scale 1:1. Make it inside the guideline with 5 mm gap. I hope you understood. Thank you.